You're listening to Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof on Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof on Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. It is Monday, November 8th, 2021. Woo, that was the fastest weekend in the history of me. I tell you that. Man, I can't believe it's Monday. And for those of you on the West Coast, it is 7 p.m. That's right, daylight savings started at 2 a.m. Sunday morning. I was here when it happened, and it was very unprofessional what YouTube did. Don't like it. It made my video start an hour later on Third Phase UFO Report. Didn't appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't like it. I tried to change it once the clocks changed. I started it at 2, and then when they changed, it said it's 1 o'clock. Your video's starting in 1 hour. I'm like, so I'll change it to 1:15. Wouldn't let me do it. 1:30, no. 1:45, no. 2, no. So it started later. So I wanted to bring it up because I want you guys to know, hey, it's not my fault. Write your congressman or woman, person. Oh my God. It was a good weekend, man. I'm back to sleeping like almost completely normal. Yeah. 7 hours last night, the night before, 9.5 or 10. Before that, 10. So, what the hell, man? What a feeling. Difference when you sleep than when you don't. It's amazing. It really does the trick. It really is like almost the cure-all for old people. It really is. I tell you that being that, I'm old. I know I'm not. I'm only 43. Calm down. I said calm down. Don't forget you can help support Goof On with Super Chat, Super Sticker. Become a patron. Dropped a video for the patrons. It was like a show. It wasn't like a show. They'll be different. Trust me. You're going to love what's coming. It's guaranteed. All right, it's not. But you may like it. At least there's some activity now. And I thought it would start right at 6 o'clock. I posted it at 6:22 because I was supposed to drop them at 6. And it just took longer for the thing to render up, man. It just took forever for that video to render. And I'm like, it should have been done by now. It was like 20 minutes later. But anyway, that's moving along nicely. And I appreciate all the patrons. I think we got a new patron, Dorothy Hawkins. She got the top tier. Thank you very much, Dorothy. Mucho gusto, El Generoso. And we'll do this for you as becoming a new patron. I'll check and see if there's any more. I don't think there is, but I saw that you participated and support Goof On that way. I appreciate that. So Anjali is still getting her workout on Twitter. I didn't know. Did she go on any other shows? Don't care. All right? I bet you $1 million she's watching tonight. She's going to check in. Roll call. Den Bob, what do you say? How do you do? Welcome to the show. Robert Morgan, welcome to the show. Worldling Chaos 76, welcome to the show. Alien Girl 1 welcome to the show. Komplazier, Guten Tag, welcome to the show. Felicia the Beautiful Flores, welcome to the show. Frapsappuccino, welcome to the show. Coral Ann, moderator, Coral Ann, welcome to the show. William Bridges, welcome to this show. JLR, welcome to the show. Hellfire Studios, welcome to the show. Who else we got? Hey, Andy. Andy Gambino made the intro for me. I couldn't believe I couldn't remember. So here's the deal. I'll tell you in a minute what's happening. But welcome to the show. Julianne Ferguson Size, 88, welcome to the show. Lee Guy, welcome to the show. 20 seconds left. Off-World Adam, welcome to the show. Wilka, welcome to the show. Paul Fahey, welcome to the show. Panther, welcome to the show. Should I have started at 10? No. Bee's Nest, welcome to the show. Hillbilly Tarzan, welcome to the show. 10 seconds. Raymond Lawrence, welcome to the show. Sir Wolf 67, welcome to the show. Ghost 8, welcome to the show. 5 seconds. 4. Too much information. 3 to the show. Bob Blair, welcome to the show. Marco, welcome to the show. Miss DJ, welcome to the show. All right, that's all I got. Zach.Cast Montu, welcome to the show. That's it. No more new names showed up, so that be that. We move on. If I didn't catch your name, it's not on purpose. I only have so much time in the show. Appreciate you, and welcome to Goof On the weekend. All right, let's get this show on the road. Well, tonight, it's the Missing 411. You've seen it. Do you know that David Paulides still does shows on all the missing people? I couldn't believe it. Last night, when I was lying in bed, I wasn't laying in bed. That just doesn't happen. But I was lying in bed to myself, and I saw the recommendation for the 411. And it was the second film that David Paulides made. First one is just Missing 411. Second one is Missing 411 Hunters. So he's got this Missing 411 series, and I watched Hunters, which I've watched half of it. Because when it went on, I saw the red line go about, halfway. But I watched it from beginning to end in about an hour and 40 minutes. And I thought, wow. I haven't talked about this maybe in a year. We have talked about things with David Paulides, the Missing 411. We've done that before. Just not as... The show wasn't as big as it was now. So, we got a lot more people here. I figured I took a lot of notes. I got 4 pages full of notes for this one. I mean, it's just up and down. Coffee spilt on it. And... this is an amazing and strange disappearances is what it is. And these people, they're hunters. That's why this film was called The Hunted. And these are hunters that David Paulides thought he would talk about. These people went missing, but it's not like, whoa, something just happened. That was weird. Now, I don't know what's going on with the power to my home, but lights turn on and off. I couldn't turn on the computer yesterday, but I saw it was getting power. See, well, I keep jumping like I'm doing. Let's wait. This is what happens to my TV. So I think I'm going to have to get an electrician out here, because I'll be sitting down and then I'll hear the dishwasher start. Not start like with water. I hear doo-doo-doo, and the lights are on. And one day I was making food in the microwave and it stopped. Power went out. Came back on like a minute or so later, but then I realized one day I was reaching into I opened up the refrigerator door, and at the same time, the microwave went out and the refrigerator. So everything on this wall that faces one side of the kitchen, all that power goes out sometimes. But it's now going, when I first moved here, this is something new. When I first moved here, I would see these bright flashes. What the hell's going on? Like, I don't know what they are to this day, but they're very bright flashes that I've actually seen happen in the kitchen. And I thought it was the lights, because I have fluorescent lights in the ceiling, but it wasn't, because I saw them. It was a bright light that came where the refrigerator was. I haven't had any issues in the bedroom area, but I have had issues on the rest of the place now. And when I was watching Missing 411, it gave me a thought. Because I had the same issue happen when my dog passed away. It was weird. The light started flashing, and I knew he was gone by then. And that morning, he was. But the lights flashed. What is going on? I can't do this with this. Is it acting weird? Is it acting weird for you? Are you seeing me glitch? I'm glitching constantly over here. It's weird. Is there any issue? No issues, because all I see is constant, like max headroom. Feep, 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 feep. I see my mouth. I'm out of sync. So everybody's saying no. But one person says, yeah, come on. There's no issues. I see it on the phone. It's looking perfect. But it's just on my end. Now, Michael from Dark Hour Paranormal told me he had that issue yesterday, when I was on, what show was I on? Black Lotus Productions. By the way, that was so fun. That was fun. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't long. It was like an hour and 27 minutes, and yeah, that's all. No 2 hours. But it went by so fast. I was like, wow, that was fast. I mean, what else can you say? So I had a thought when the electricity was going out, and I'm watching this movie. I'm like, what if these people are stepping into portals that they can't get out of? Which is what's in the title of the show. Is it aliens, Bigfoot, portals? Paulides thinks it has to do with the landscaping. But we're going to talk about a couple of people. And there was somebody who had a really interesting experience, and I can't remember the guy's name. He's a video analyst. He's old now. And his wife had an experience, which I'll talk about later. But this is a very strange... I loved it. I liked the weirdness about it. But I feel bad for these people. No closure. You know, that's got to suck. It's bad enough when somebody passes away in your life, but I think going missing would suck. You don't know if they're dead. You don't know if they're being abused. You don't know if they're put in drug-induced comas for experiments. You don't know if anything evil is happening to these people. Now, David Paulides did the Missing 411 Hunters, the Hunted, I'm sorry, because it had to do with people who are hunters most of their lives, if not all of their lives. And on November 15, 2015, this guy, Thomas Messick, and I'll have to read that. I don't have to read the notes, but I'm going to do it because you know how my brain's been. What is this? Dorothy Hawkins with a $5. Oh, she just took and threw it. Rolled it up in the tightest ball possible. She actually flicked it like that. Yep, hit me right in the ear. Went right through these cones. I'm buying new headphones, by the way. Headphones? Yeah, I don't like these at all. But thank you, Dorothy. That's, no comment, nothing. Not even a sticker. Just take it, you. Just take it, you. Dorothy Hawkins. Appreciate that. Mucho gusto generoso and a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Grazie, grazie. So this guy went missing November 15, 2015. His name's Thomas Messick, 83 years old. He was a hunter for most of his life, pretty good one at that, and pretty active for his age. And this happened in Horicon, New York. It's northeastern New York near Albany. Him and his kid, and I guess his son-in-law, I'm not sure, but 4 people? I forgot to wrote it down. It was 3 of them. They're going hunting. And because he's 83 years old, he wanted to go to a hunting site that he goes to where it's kind of open and he sits on a log, kind of, and he's got all of his stuff around him, whatever, that he needs. And then the other 2 would go off and they would go elsewhere. But he'll stay out in that area right there, just enjoying life, just chilling out. And some time goes by, a couple, 3 hours later, and the other hunters come back and they're calling for him and they can't find him. They go over to where he was, which wasn't that far away. From where they come in, they have a certain spot they go to, so they know the area very well. And he's not there, so they're calling, Tommy! Yo, Tommy, Messi! Come on, Mess! Well, anyway, they couldn't find him. And it was really strange what was going on. There were 50 different fire stations and help from. There was a ton of people that were looking for this guy. And they did the grid search. They every time they all moved in one direction. One guy pulled a rope, tied it to a tree. They all moved, did this one. And they said it looked like a spider web. They covered every single inch of that area and then some. And for 15 days, they looked for him. And, around the 13th, 14th day, people started giving up. And the weird thing about this is, and this is why this is incredible, because there's a lot of similarities with these sightings of people going missing. I saw sightings down here and I said it. There's a lot of weird things that go on with these missing people. And people do see balls of light and things like that, but that's not where I was going. There are storms that come in either when the day they went missing or within 2 days. So within 2 days of someone going missing or the day of, it's very strange that these storms roll in, whether it be a dust storm or a blizzard, whatever. It's very strange that these weather issues happen. Another thing that is very weird, people usually go missing in mid to late afternoon. Why that is, we don't know, but it's common time they go missing. They are usually in boulder fields, like granite or whatever, rock fields basically, where there's a lot of loose rock, hard rock, all different types of rock, you understand? And near water. Very common. And sometimes when they do find people, sometimes they do find them, It's not that they go missing and they never find them again. Sometimes they come back, but they're dead. But they can, they find that there's water nearby with all of these, which is very strange. There's a thing that they call the point of separation. It seems that anytime somebody goes missing, it's when the group separates from the individual. So you'll have 3 people, 6 people, 8 people. If that person goes alone, on their own, they wind up missing. Very strange. Sometimes, if not most of the times, they have a disability or illness, which is a common trait. One strange thing that is really weird, because they bring in dogs to do the searching. And these canines are very well trained, right? They can sniff a liar out of a Wilcock. But they can't find a scent, or they lose the scent instantly. Like they're smelling it and all of a sudden they just stop looking. It's weird. And a lot of these hunters, when they go off alone, they set up a perch or a place that they can hide themselves from whatever animal they're hunting. They'll put branches in front of themselves, or they'll hide behind certain trees or leaves, or a makeshift type of thing. The dogs go to that point where they usually hunt from and sit down and wait. And there's nothing outside of that area. So if these people got up and walked away or were dragged away by a bear, a mountain lion, or caught on an elk's antler, there would be a scent, and there isn't any. Now, Thomas Messick, the first gentleman, the 83-year-old man who went missing, earlier in the day told his son he heard something very strange. And this is really unbelievable. This is why I started thinking about doing the show. Once this happened, I'm like, well, damn it. That's odd. He said he heard what sounded like, what did I say? I had to get it down right because it was crackling or... let's see. Where did I put it? Oh, it's on the page 1. It sounded like a snapping. I knew it was, I had to get the word. It was a snapping or crackling noise. And then he says it was like a trap closing. Like a trap. Like a bear trap, a trap door. So then I'm thinking, what these people, they're all making a mistake, all these people that are searching for this guy. Every one of these people should have a steel pole and pounded it into the ground, see if it's hollow. See if it sounds different when they're walking. Take a step, boom. Take a step, boom. Take a step, boom, boom, boom. And have them alternating one head not in front of the other, but off to the side a little. So they get the spot in front of you, you get the spot in the person behind you, and so on and so forth. I think that these people are getting sucked underground. Or, because that would be interesting, wouldn't it? But I think it all comes at the end of this. I'm going to tell you what I think really is going on. But what if they are? A trap door opens up. What's this snapping? It's snapping and crackling. Sounds like somebody stepping into something and it crackles and then shoom. That's what I imagine this guy's telling his son. I hear like a snapping or crackling or like a trap or something. Like a shoop. Now, when people go missing, there's something I didn't know. I always thought the FBI got involved, but that's not true. There's 2 tiers. They've got a certain age where the FBI gets involved. I think it's 12 and under. I'm not 100% sure, and I don't remember if he said it, but I couldn't find it the second time I was going through it, so I don't think he says it, but there's 2 tiers, and I didn't write even the name of the tiers. It doesn't matter. But the FBI normally doesn't go looking for older people. 83-year-old men, 68-year-old men, 57-year-old women, 68-year-old women, 70-year-old women. Usually, it's preteen. I don't know. I think it has to do something with, putting those kids to work. So I don't know if it has something to do with child trafficking or something like that. That's why the FBI gets involved. But the FBI got involved. And they didn't talk to anybody. They just watched everything happen. And they come to these sightings and they monitor what the searchers are doing. It's awfully strange. It's like, that's what David Paulides was saying. He's like, I don't understand what they were doing here. And when we reached out to them, because they wanted to get answers, nobody would ever call them back. So he says it's like they're monitoring. Now, why would the FBI need to be there? Well, they really don't have to do much with missing people, but maybe it has to do with something technological. Maybe there's something spiritual or magical going on. And it's not just here, it's all over the world, especially if you think about the United States. Every single national park has this issue. And they have what's called clusters. And in some of these parks, there's an area where a lot of people go missing. And a cluster could be 3 or more. But as many as 80 people would go missing in one spot, one location. And that's weird. So then you got to think, oh my God, it's Bigfoot. Bigfoot. Well, if it was Bigfoot, somebody might scream if they were being dragged away by Bigfoot. There might even be Bigfoot tracks. There might even be signs of a growl. There were nothing having to do with Bigfoot. Sometimes these people would turn their backs, not in this edition, but I watched the other David Paulides movies, and sometimes people are trailing behind just a few feet. They turn around to see how they're doing, and they're gone. It's a very strange, very, very strange thing. But a lot of these people act like they have hypothermia too, especially being up in the mountains in the, northeast or northwest. It gets very cold. Now, there were some other coincidences or weirdness about some of the things happening. When they were searching for this Messick guy, on the 10th day, when things started to slow down a little bit for the search, another man, what was his name? By the name of Fred something or another, goes missing 40 miles south of where Messick is. Well, gone missing, I should say. And this guy, same thing. 68 years old, an avid hunter. He knows his stuff, if you know what I mean. Goes missing. It's very strange. So they pull, and I forget the name of it. Hold on. The guy's name was Fred Drum, and that was in Schuylerville, New York. But on that day, they pulled a team off that was helping out for the Messick, and they told them to go, this is so weird. I know I wrote it down, and why I can't find it is beyond me. Oh, there it is. The Department of Conservation Rangers for the state of New York were pulled off the Messick search and told to go check out where Fred went. That's another weird one. It's just odd. On Thanksgiving Day, this guy vanished. Helicopters, canines. There were 2 people that went missing that are in that cluster circle. It's very odd. So you think, well, oh my God, well maybe it's bears or wolves that are grabbing these fine gentlemen and dragging them up. No, that doesn't happen. The dogs get crazy. They go roar, 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 and they bite each other. That's mine. No, that's mine. So people would have heard that. A pack of wolves. Very strange. I almost want to go, but I want to go down there and check that area out, like a cluster near where I'm at. I'd like to see if maybe disappear. But these people act like they have hypodermia, like they're getting very cold, and what happens is when you start to get that, you want to start taking your clothes off. But a weird thing about this is that a lot of these people, the searchers, you could search the same area a dozen times, and then you come back to that area the next time, and you'll find their shoes or a backpack perfectly laid out as if they put them there on purpose. Like, yeah, here's my shoes, here's my backpack, I'm going to lean. That's what this person did, this one guy who went missing. And they said he walked 9 miles further away. He knew the area, but he walked on these rocks that are so sharp, they would have cut his feet up. There was no blood. But they found his shoes just, set there. But they weren't there. They checked that area a dozen times. They flew over that area. It was a nice area, it's kind of like a little bit of a clearing. And then there was a cliff that went into a running creek. It was a nice cliff. I mean, I guess he could have died if he jumped off of it, but they didn't find any blood on the rocks. They searched the whole entire area. I mean, it's not a raging river or a creek. It's a creek. He found nothing. And yet this guy was only 38 years old. So he was a little bit younger. They found his wallet. It was very strange. This is so odd. The autopsies find that there's no sign of hypothermia. Something happens to you, your veins and all that shit. Something happens. Telltale signs that they took their shoes off, their clothes, Are they getting hypothermia? Even though they searched that place 12, 20 times, maybe that person came back and they took their shoes off to let people know, I'm still alive. Here's my shoes if you can find me. So then I start thinking, oh my God. They're walking in portals. It reminds me of the Philadelphia experiment. But this is happening all over the world. And that's why Paulides says that, hey, there's clusters of rock fields in all of these places. Granite is very popular. But they said a lot of granite and rocks. They didn't tell you what the other rocks were, though. They didn't say there was quartz, nothing like that. It is odd. That they find no hypothermia. One lady was found in a creek in a fetal position. Her clothes were off. She was missing for a while. 10 days, I think it was. And her face was in the water. When the coroner did the autopsy on her, now, you would think she would have hypothermia. And it said in the report that there was no signs of hypothermia on this lady, when there should have been. But then he puts the cause of death, most likely hypothermia. Well, how can you put that on there if you don't have any signs of hypothermia? So David Paulides is like, that was really strange. That's not how autopsies are supposed to work. It reminds me of what we've been going through the last couple of years. Would they die a car crash? Yeah, but somebody said they had the sniffles, they sneezed. Oh, they had the COVID. Yeah, you got to put that down. They died of COVID. That's what it reminds me of, but it's not that. That's 2015, 2019, or 18 rather, for that lady. Now, I'll get back to the portal thing in a minute. And I'll tell you why that is a strong candidate for what's going on. I know it sounds logical that these people are just walking around aimlessly. But these are experienced hunters that know the area, know all the trails, have been doing this for decades. Not weeks, not years, decades, yo. They've been out there doing it. They would know exactly every nook and cranny. And if people are searching for them, hundreds of people, how do they miss them? Where were these people? It's bizarre. You think maybe there's foul play. There's like a family of crazies out there. Actually, there's a mountain that Paulides goes to called the Crazies, believe it or not. Hey, Mr. DB Cooper 77, welcome to the show. A $5 super chat. Hello, Rich, back in beautiful California. Frickin' A, man. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Good to see you back, man. You are one of the, if not the biggest contributor to Goof On ever. A continuing supporter of Goof On. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Glad to have you back. Are you going to be regular? I think so, right? You're going to be a regular now. You're going to be back to being a regular. Irregular? What's going on? Why is that thing going on? Oh, that's the long one. I got to remember that. Back in beautiful California. Another one? Hashtag bully money. Ooh, well, thank you for that, by the way. But I lost that title. The day after, I held that title for one day. Ryan from Orion Adventures is the UFO bully. I don't know if I'm still being tagged the UFO bully, even though I'm not. But thank you. I appreciate it. And I thought I saw another one. That's for you. Yeah, you gotta get one with everyone. And this is more bully money. Oh, well, grazie. Mucho gusto, el generoso, Mr. D.B. Cooper, 77. Grazie. Grazie. I'll take a dis and gush. Mucho gusto, generoso. Thanks, Mr. D.B. Cooper. Glad you're home safely. More bully money? Mamma mia, Ma! He's back! Fresh! Fresh? Fresh. Fresh! Did they dismantle ICE? Did Biden dismantle ICE? Mr. D.B. Cooper with another fantastic, a generous thank you. Mucho gusto, el generoso, Mr. D.B. Cooper. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. That's the D.B. Cooper way, man. It's okay. I need to get a drink real quick. Perfect mug for tonight. It's regular coffee. I forget the name, but it's really good. I gotta mute this. Hold on. Hey, what's this? Hold on. I didn't want you to hear me slopping around. And then I see Jay Ragnarsson with a 5-pounder. Take it with a smile, Rich, you big horrible bully. Thank you very much. A continuing supporter of GoofOn. Oh, I see what's going on now. This goes for you. Ragnarsson, you're the best. Mucho gusto, generoso. A continuing supporter of GoofOnso. Ragnarsson. I see what Cooper's doing. Mr. D.B. Cooper. Thanks, Jay Ragnarsson, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Hey, another $5 for bully money. Bully money. Mr. D.B. Cooper. It's raining cents. Hallelujah. It's raining cents. That makes sense. Thank you very much. Again, mucho gusto, generoso. Lord Ludicrous Plaid. A $5 super chat, also a continuing supporter of GoofOn, says, great show as always. All the people found in these chases also all share similarities. No shocks or boots, or socks or boots. Yeah, they stack the boots and the socks, man. They just take them, you know how you can hold them with one hand, and they just set them down. Thank you very much, LLP. $5 and a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Grazie. Mucho gusto, el generoso. Thank you. One more. A little bit more. There you go. 4, 5. That's good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I got to come up with some new ones. More bully. Oh my goodness. He's doing it. Well. All right. Because I don't want to keep interrupting the show 110%, I'm going to just shout them out and say thank you. More bully money from Mr. D.B. Cooper. That's another 5 spot. Hey! Mucho gusto generoso, Mr. D.B. Cooper, so. Back in California. Gigi Abby Lynn with $3.33. 3 'cause I can. You did, and I appreciate it. More than you know. That was really nice. Thank you very much. And also a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Mucho gusto. Generoso. We'll give you, Oh, I didn't have this one out? I had that one left. Thank you. You didn't put your 2 cents in. You just gave me one half of your thought. I appreciate that. I don't know what that means, Gigi. I say stupid things. Everybody knows it. Mr. D.B. Cooper with another 5. Man alive. Are you trying to break the internet tonight? For goof on? There's that one. And then you put another one up. That one too. Madonna mia. Hurry up. That's 60 meatballs. A dozen. Oh, she said it's 120. Well, you know what, Mr. D.B. Cooper? You get one of these, man. That's what I think about that. We're coming up. Wow, it's only been 45 minutes we've been doing the show? Man, mucho gusto generoso, everybody. Thank you. He does another one. Thank you. Hey, look at that. Mr. D.B. Cooper 77, another $5 super chat. That's beautiful. Unbelievable. How about this one? Thank you, Mr. D.B. Cooper. Hey, literally, Mr. D.B. Cooper jumping out of an airplane, now taking his jetpack over the city of strangeness. We appreciate that. A continuing supporter of Goof On. And another one! Mr. D.B. Cooper 77 for $5. Continue rich. Bully money will reign. It did. You're the best. A continuing supporter of Goof On, Mr. D.B. Cooper 77. Welcome back. A continuing supporter. I think I said that already. All right, I'll take that. And we're good. Thank you. All right, I can continue on. I don't know which way I want to go. So, thanks everybody. That was that was a storm. That's the storm that comes in. It starts to rain, or they have dust storms or snowstorms when people go missing in these parks, in our national parks in America, and they call out the search team the next day or whatever. It'll rain either the day they went missing or within 2 days of them. It's like the weather's brought in to screw it all up, the search. So there's a guy. I can't remember his name. He's very popular. And his wife had an experience. I don't even think I need... I put a UFO researcher's wife. I couldn't remember her name. She does her hunting right before the sun goes down. So she has a regular spot. She lives in a small town. Doesn't matter. But when she gets up in her perch, 40 feet up, she climbs up, sits on like a grate. You know, it's just a grate, metal grate. And a mile away is the high school for the town. And the band is practicing. She could easily hear it. She notices that, you know, the weather and everything, it's nice out. And the sun's about to set. She can hear the crickets, you know, the birds chirping, all the normal things that a person would hear at this location. Then all of a sudden, the sound of all the animals in the area goes silent. And she thought it was strange. And she's listening around, and out of the corner of her eye, she sees something that looks like nothing she's ever seen before. And when they showed it in the movie, it looked like the Predator when he cloaked himself. But the way she was describing it was that it wasn't that far away from her. And she said it looked like it you know, like had a humanoid shape, but it hung really long, like it was long, this blob. And then it looked like its arm reached out to a tree, you know, maybe 20 feet away, grabbed onto it, and the rest of the blob followed. You know what I mean? And then it went to another tree, and then another. And then she said, if it went to another tree, I didn't notice it. It just disappeared. That's weird. She took a picture with her camera. She remembered she had her phone with her. And because of who her husband is, I can't remember his name, she carried her phone and she's remembering if anything weird happens, he says, take your phone out and take a picture, which she did. So the weird thing about this is she forgot all about it when she got home. Until she heard the news on the TV, and that the kids at the school reported seeing a blue UFO that was only a mile away from where she was. And when they said, what did it look like? The students and the band leader said it looked like a blue light. And it was about a mile away from them, which in the direction they were looking was in near her direction. And she's like, oh my God, I got to tell you what happened to me, she tells her husband. So if they're related and they saw it at the school, a blue UFO hovering over the trees, and then it just took off, and she happened to see this blob that reminded me of what Predator would look like, cloaked. Well, it all makes sense, right? She didn't go missing. Did you just hear that? I wonder if it's my phone. I'm moving it away. I see DB Cooper dropping fives. There's three more. That one, they all look the same. That one, and more bully money. You're a nice bully supporter. Thank you for supporting the UFO bully. It's aliens. Now, you want to take it one step further? Let's try it. You've heard UFO or Bigfoot reports, right? And I'll bring it up. It doesn't matter. I don't care. There's no emotions attached to the person anymore. But Dave Scott and another couple of people that he was with saw something similar. Kind of looked like it was cloaking, uncloaking, whatever, kind of had the sparkle effect almost. Like you can see the being, but you couldn't see its shape, but you can see it was a humanoid shape. They think it was Bigfoot. I'm thinking it's got to be some sort of technology that we have, and that, I don't know, I doubt that. It's got to be aliens, man. Believe it or not, in one of the movies, I don't remember which one, David Paulides said, they're even talking about how it could be an alien being. What if it is? You could be walking right by it and you wouldn't even know it. And it probably has the ability to be taken up into the tree. Well, maybe that's why the dogs didn't find any scent. Maybe these things go up and take them up in the trees, and they're traveling up in the trees. Or maybe they go in the ground. That's why I think they should be walking around, with poles in their hands and hitting the ground, seeing if it sounds like it's hollow. Nobody's ever doing that. Sometimes they dig, but that'd be interesting. No, it's not aliens. Stu Gerson says no. You would know though, right, Stu? So, plasma? Man, so we have some sort of technology that's being used to abduct people, it sounds like. But that may not also be true as well, because we know that octopus can match the environment they're at and camouflage themselves, you know? All you see is the eyes move. Right? So why can't it could be indigenous to this planet? I am leaning more towards that we have the aliens here, and they're not aliens. They're indigenous to this planet. And I think they may live either in our atmosphere or underground somewhere on the planet. And apparently it's everywhere. But doesn't it sound like, especially with the way there's clusters of people, that they're living in that area? And every now and then, they want a couple of humans, especially around Thanksgiving. I mean, come on. You want to talk about it being Bigfoot? Maybe Bigfoot is some magical species. You can't throw anything out anymore. You just can't. You can't throw out aliens because nobody has an answer. I know it's easy to go to aliens. I get that. It's easy to say it's aliens. It fills in all the holes. Because they would have the technology to do everything we can't think of doing or know how to do. No, it's not aliens. I don't know what it is. But when Thomas Messick told his son, I heard a crackling, you know, and like a trap closing. So then, the only reason I like that theory, that something is grabbing people, rather than it being a portal, because I think sometimes when they find the bodies and the autopsies can't tell how these people died. The lady who was face down in a creek didn't drown. Her body hasn't decayed for as long as she was gone. They show you a blurry photo and you can see her all, you know, naked, and you don't see it, it's blurred out, but you can tell it's a person in a fetal position with half their face in the creek. It's almost as if they were brought back there for us to find. They weren't eaten. What I want to know, are these people being worked on somehow? Like, you know, there was no signs of sexual stuff being done to the women and or guys. From, if you listen to all these movies, it's pretty amazing how similar they are. Let's see. Yeah. A blob-like predator. The band saw the blue object about a month. Yep. Oh, man, it's just bizarre, isn't it? Just bizarre. So, I you know, what do you think? If you want to put down in the chat room if you think it's aliens, magic, Bigfoot, portals, or people just getting lost that have lived in that area and have hunted those areas for decades. Mr. DB Cooper with another $5 hashtag bully money donation. Those are hot tickets right now. I appreciate that. It's raining. You've made it rain. Very good. Hey, what is this? Oh, these are photos. Well, wait. How does this work? Oh, you can't see it. I'd have to take me out. Let me see. There we go. What do you guys think? It's just odd, right? I would be scared. I would be scared to go to these places, I tell you. Come on, let's go hunting. Let's go. Where are we going? We're going to go by the cluster area where 58 people went missing in the last 5 years. No, I'm going to stay home. Oh, wow. Okay, so StreamYard now lets us scroll back very far. So that's cool. Thank you, Mr. DB Cooper. You're a continuing supporter. Now everybody knows it. You're making up for lost time. AL Warrior with a $5. I feel bad for all those families that have lost a loved one. Yeah, no, I know. Awful. Oh, you know what? Thank you for reminding me. And this goes to you. I'm going to show you guys something real quick that in case something ever happens to you. Let me pull this up for you. Being that this show is... Well, that's odd. Why did it do that? Oh, here it is. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull it up. They have this. I'm going to bring it up for you. The link will be in the description after the show ends, but I'm going to drop it in the chat room now. Just because. Hold on. I'm going to put it in this one here. Thank you, AL Warrior. Thanks for triggering this in me because I meant to do this. And also a continuing supporter of GoofOn. I like the new profile pic, brother. It's very small, but I like it. Well, because it's, you know. DB Cooper throwing in a thank you, AL Warrior. Mr. DB Cooper, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Mucho gusto. Generoso. And that'll go for you. Grazie. Grazie. $20? You know, that's here's the link. Thank you, and I'm sorry. I didn't know. I thought I saw an orange, but I just scrolled back and I didn't see the $20. You sent 20? Let me check this out. If you did, that's really weird how I couldn't find it. That link I just dropped in was to the missing 411 missing persons. If you know of anyone that went missing or you want to find somebody, you can go to that website. Let me pull up the supers here. Yeah, I don't see a $20. Okay, I'm not seeing things. Okay. Wow, Mr. DB Cooper. Wow. That's a lot. Continue, Rich. Bully money will rain. Oh, so you're just going to keep it raining. I got it. Then I saw World in Chaos 76 say something about Rich doesn't want my $20. So what was that about? Yeah, I can't find it now. Oh, yeah, maybe I can. Yeah, it says right here. Thanks, Mr. DB Cooper. Richie doesn't want my 20. Oh, I don't want your 20 because you keep it in your sock or your underwear? No, I'll take it. You can wash money. Oh, something came in through PayPal, I see. Holy shnikey! Wait a second. Oh, my God. $20! From World in Chaos. Man, thank you. I thought you were joking. Okay. And there's another one from Nathan. Moderator Nathan. What is this? What? I got a money request? Oh, you're requesting me to send you money? Oh, and then you canceled it, David. That's weird. Thank you, World in Chaos. This is for you. Of course I want it. Of course I want it. Thank you very much. And Nathan, Moderator Nathan, you guys are both mucho gusto el generoso. Continuing supporters for sure of GoofOn. And now we're up to hour number 2. So thank you guys. Wow, what a night. What is going on? Why, what's going on? It's a very interesting night for support like that. And the Cash App. Oh, that's from last week. Okay. Oh, man. But anyway, here is the thank you, everybody. Like, continuing supporter of GoofOn, of course. Here it is. Unbelievable. They have missing 411 Canada, Montana, the Devils, something or another. So much stuff here. Well, let's check this one out. Let's try North America cluster map. Wow! There it is. I can't open it up though. That's really, I guess I have to save it. Save image as. Alright. And then let's open it up and take a look here. Here we go. I'll blow it up. Well, that's as good as what he put up there, so nothing I can do. But nothing going on in Florida, man. Thank goodness. Look at this, though. Wow. It's really blurry. But somebody needs to update that website. Look at the cluster up here. What is that, Utah? There's a story of a lovely lady in New Mexico of a really interesting sighting. I think it was the woman. I'm not sure. That was face down. Very good. But I don't know what it is. In my opinion, the only thing that makes sense, what makes the most sense? Occam's razor, right? What makes the most sense? I don't know. I don't know. You can't say anything because nothing makes sense. The only thing that I guess would make sense is that there's people secretly living in the forest, maybe like homeless people, but then there's no scent. The dogs don't pick up on anything. It's not like they're being dragged. See, that's why I think there may be trap doors that open and close, or portals. And that's why the granite rocks and the way it is in these areas make sense to me. Because it's a continually spinning vortex of energy, little globs of it. Like dust devils in the desert, if you're familiar with those. If you live in a desert and you have a lot of open land, the wind starts whipping up and it creates these little dust devils, and they get pretty big. But I think the same thing happens with running water and certain rocks. It creates a flow of energy that may distort space and time. What they need to do, every last known location of where somebody went missing, you need to put a camera there, right? And sit out there. Go out there the same day they went missing, like maybe a day or two before, day or two after you stay there, and see if you disappear on camera. The whole thing is, I have a feeling that whatever it is will never be detected. I think they see us coming, whoever or whatever it is. It could be natural to Earth. What if that blob, I guess, that the woman saw is an intelligence that we don't understand, that's always been here, that could be the actual The UFOs we see it could account for ghost sightings, Bigfoot. Maybe it is Bigfoot. Maybe Bigfoot is an interdimensional being or multidimensional being. I don't know. Mr. D.B. Cooper with another $5. And World in Chaos with another $5. I thought I saw that too. Right there. All good, Mr. D.B. Cooper. Goof on support. Support Goof on ASAP. ASAP? Mucho gusto generoso, World in Chaos 76. Appreciate that tonight. Mucho gusto generoso. Let me finish this drink here. So, I've got so much show left. It's unbelievable. I've got a lot to talk about. I may have to break it up or go an extra half hour. I was just going to... did I just see Linkin Park? That is unreal. That's a weird coincidence. I listened to Linkin Park today on purpose, not because it was on the radio or anything. I put the CD in. That's a weird coincidence. That's a weird coincidence. Marvindale Likens Jr. What's up, Solar Warden? Welcome to the show. And Marvindale Likens Jr. Meatballs money. Oh, wow. Ma! He did it again. Mr. D.B. Cooper. He's back. I will. She says, we got enough of meatball for everybody. Something like that. Mr. D.B. Cooper 77, you are making it rain. $5 bills, y'all. That one is full of sauce. Marinara, as the kids like to say. Thanks, man. These are the Kraken games? And no one they know is in charge. Ain't that the truth? Squid Games. In the end, it doesn't matter money. In the end, it doesn't matter money. Another $5 powerhouse super chat from Mr. DB Cooper 77. We're going to have to do a quick one for you. Right there. I'll take that because that's what it's amounting up to. That'd be weird. I had a dream. Yeah. That a super chat said sign here. And what I was doing was signing a deal with the devil. I didn't see the name or anything. It just said sign here. And I pulled up the super chat. That's what it said. There was no money amount, nothing. It just said sign here. So I thought that was a sign. That was a cool dream. Thanks, Mr. DB Cooper. Definitely continuing supporter of Goofon. What that tells me is the devil's trying to reach out to me. Because that was the Ouija board thing. That's why I used the Ouija board to reach out to the devil. That's why I did it over 120 times. I wanted to make a deal with the devil and see if he'll hold up his end of the bargain. Or hers. That was a weird dream. That's right, I just remembered it. It's so weird how that happens. It's like a trigger thing. All because of Linkin Park. All right, let's get... a lot of good stuff is being talked about. A lot of things going on. I saw Truth Seekers was ripping Corey Good apart tonight. Thank God. That was fun, too. He's really funny. He has good delivery. Nobody laughs like him. He's a one-of-a-kind guy. He is. He's one of a kind. You can respect that. All right, so before anything else, I want to show you this. I don't know if I already showed it to you guys. Yeah, never mind. This one will wait too. Hold on.
The hand quite steady and
Third Phase of Moon did an interview with Michael Schratt that was phenomenal. It was probably one of the better things I've seen lately. As a matter of fact, I think I have it. I'll show it in a minute. So what I'm going to do is play this for you. This is interesting, and then we're going to get to the Twitter world, because it is really amazing what we're going to talk about tonight. You'll see. Check this out. This is a strange floating object, and I don't think we've seen this one before, have we?
Truly bizarre floating in the skies over Sao Paulo, Brazil in September 2020. The semi-transparent, white-coloured object hovering in the sky is shaped almost exactly like a jellyfish. It has a half-sphere shape at the top and long tendrils streaming down. The object stays perfectly still in the sky for several minutes as the footage rolls on.
Isn't that weird? It's almost like the one we saw.
Quick to brush it off as a kite or balloon.
Oh,
However,
that's what it is.
Others point out the eerie stillness as proof that something strange is happening. An ordinary airborne object would move a bit in the breeze. The long tendrils in particular should be rippling in the wind, yet the object in the video remains completely still. So what could this strange object be if not a balloon or kite? Paranormal aficionados around the world.
I'm stupid. I had the mute button on like an amateur. I said the one in the back seemed to be moving. If you take a look at this. Just watch.
An ordinary airborne object would move a bit in the breeze.
See this one here? Watch this one. It moves.
The long tendrils in particular should be rippling in the wind, yet the object in the video remains completely still. So what could this strange object be if not a balloon or kite? Paranormal aficionados around the world are keen to believe that this is some sort of alien craft.
It's a balloon, a kite and a balloon. Right? It's weird, right? I don't think it's an image placed on glass either. Although, maybe. I just saw this. Mr. D.B. Cooper, the greatest prank the devil ever played was to convince the earth he didn't exist. He's like, yeah, he exists, all right. How come I didn't fall for that prank? Thanks, Mr. D.B. Cooper. A mucho gusto, el generoso. Grazie, grazie. And then I just saw Mr. Lord Ludicrous Plaid. Please do a show about super soldier talk. Okay. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. And by the way, thank you very much again, a continuing supporter of Goof on, Lord Ludicrous Plaid. Thank you. Super Soldier Talk. I need to put music with these. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. But thank you very much. Super Soldier Talk. You might have to remind me somehow. Mr. DB Cooper 77 says, for $5 super chat. Thank you, Lord Ludicrous Plaid, for throwing out the money, man. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. DB Cooper. Mucho gusto. A continuing supporter, generoso. Cooper so. Mr. D.B. Cooper. All right. I think there's another sighting. We'll come back. I've got, I've got this to play. I don't know what this is so weird. This is the weirdest one in a while. Check it out. But there's probably a logical explanation.
Now just imagine the following situation. A group of people are gathered for a barbecue. It's a beautiful day and they decide to go fishing on a lake. When all of a sudden, you look to your
they went fishing in a garage.
side and the land starts rising by itself. This is sort of what happened in Haryana, India. Now Haryana is a North Indian state surrounding New Delhi on 3 sides, and the Yamuna River runs along its eastern border with Uttar Pradesh. The thing is, a couple of months ago such an event was captured on camera and went almost instantly viral. And to this day
almost
there is no
instantly?
explanation.
Look at that.
You can hear some of the men saying this is a new experience. This
Wow,
is amazing. The land
my
is
God.
rising on its own. We have no idea what is happening.
What? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Crazy. Crazy for you. All right. Proposed. Oh, let me show you. Here's some news. Christopher Thornton Mellon. Proposed Senate agreement. No, I know, I'm joking. Proposed Senate amendment to NDAA 2022 adds teeth to the UAPTF and has signs of Mellon's influence. On Friday, November 5th, researcher Douglas Dean Johnson broke the news that Senator Kirsten Gillibrand or whatever, D. New York, had proposed a major amendment to the fiscal year 2022 National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA H.R. 4350. The amendment is significant and includes language which would require cooperation between the UAP Task Force Replacement, the Department of Energy, and Department of Homeland Security. What? That's who's going to be taking over? Going to put an office of the SOD inside the DOD at the Pentagon? Under the amendment, the UAPTF's replacement would become a permanent UAP office known as the Anomaly Surveillance and Resolution Office, the ASRO. Notably, if the amendment passes, ASRO would be provided with personnel, equipment, and resources necessary to respond to incidents of patterns and observation of UAP of which the office becomes aware, as stated within the amendment. In other words, ASRO would become the UAPTF on steroids. And you know what that means? They're supposed to apparently work with all of our allies and get their information. So having this office does give some sort of validity to the research of UAP, which, by the way, has nothing to do with UFOs. UFOs and UAP are two totally different, but the same. UFOs are what we call civilian unidentified objects. Government, Navy, Air Force, Army, Congress, whatever, all that, pilots, all that is UAP. Anything seen by a government person, whether they be a pilot, a war veteran, whatever. That's the difference. So do not think that this new ASRO is going to be talking to you or me on a regular basis. Guess what? Once a year, they're supposed to deliver their findings to Congress for us. But they're not going to be transparent. There's no way. If they were, they would call it the new UFO office. Capiche? Oh, it's a one capiche show, and that was very well deserved. This is the first public move made by Senator Gillibrand on the topic of UAP, and it is no secret that Gillibrand is ambitious, having run for the Democrat presidential nomination in 2020. Yeah. That's why Rubio was such a big deal when they got him on board of this threat narrative and all this stuff about the 180 days, because he's a Republican. And they got a Republican to sign off on their stuff. But this, now you know. Now you know. It's the do as I say, not as I do. UAPTF out of business to the ASRO, which will not disclose anything. They're going to be corrupt. They're not going to be transparent. We're not going to see anything we should be seeing. And if you think you can do a FOIA request because it's in the government, good luck getting any new information out of them. Oh, there was a sighting that was seen by some pilots, in early 2022. So? Tell Jeremy Corbell to get the video. Yeah. It is the Liberation Times opinion that Gillibrand amendment has a very good chance of passing for 2 reasons. Oh, that's interesting. You know it's going to pass. UAP is a bipartisan topic. In fact, one could argue that Marco Rubio, the Senate Intelligence Committee's vice chair, who represents an opposing party, has been the most outspoken regarding UAP so far. Number 2, one could not imagine a notable politician proposing such an amendment without behind-the-scenes support, especially when Gillibrand's party controls that committee. Do you see the problem with this? Does anybody see? How is this bipartisan if the Democrats are going to control it? That's what I just read. No, I didn't read that. One could not imagine a notable politician proposing such an amendment without behind-the-scenes support, especially when Gillibrand's party controls that committee. Come on. Come on. Then you got Mellon's influence that, he's been doing this behind the scenes. And I don't know, is this what Leslie Keane was talking about? She's been working with Mellon and Elizondo about this. So this is the announcement? This is the announcement that it's going to be the ASRO? The Anomaly Surveillance and Resolution Office? If that's it, I will, we've been working so hard all summer long. Doing what? Bribing people? Hey, if you do this for us, we'll do this for you. That's all I think when I think they're trying to get rid of the UAPTF and get a permanent office inside the DOD at the Pentagon. Thanks, Mr. DB Cooper, 77, with another $5 super chat that says, Goof on chat, you are the best. They really are. I've got the loveliest chat room. I think that is a great idea, Paul Gavin. I'd like to see how many we can fit around Wilcox's head. Agoosh all over, rubber bands all over the world. Thank you, Mr. DB Cooper. Mucho gusto generoso, sir. Appreciate it. All right. Yep, that's enough. Mucho. 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 Goof on. Guess who's moving to Florida? 60 minutes from President Trump's house. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nancy Pelosi has lost it, by the way. She's been Bidenized. She's talking like him now. Oh, I've got a video if you want to see it. But I thought I would be nice and not show that stuff. So, in an article published on Mellon's website this year on July 26th, the day after the 180 days, Mellon called for the establishment of the permanent office, suggesting it be named the Office of Strategic Anomaly Resolution. Perhaps coincidentally, the name for the UAP office within Gillibrand's amendment is almost identical to that suggested by Mellon. The only difference, Anomaly Surveillance and Resolution Office. ASRO doesn't include strategic, but does include surveillance, suggesting this is a continuous mission closely monitoring UAP activity and not just a repository looking at older UAP cases. The name itself is potentially significant. Mellon gave the following explanation for his proposed name. Well, citing it as an example of fresh thinking. Says, the issue is not purely one of airborne objects. It also involves unidentified underwater vehicles and unidentified vehicles in orbit or beyond. I therefore suggest framing the issue broadly to give the troops a place to send all manner of strange and unexpected phenomena that don't readily fit in an existing job jar. Oh my God, I can't do this. All right, we're done. Obviously, Mellon's been working real hard. Came up with the name. Now it's time to have some fun. Now it's community time. I noticed it usually happens around this time in the show. 30 minutes left to go. Let me play this and then we'll talk. This comes from Witness Citizen. You ready?
It doesn't. She says. If she is lying, does that mean that she deserves torture and torment?
Anjali.
It doesn't.
Look at this snowflake.
She's a human just like you are.
Oh, really? I thought she was a bear.
And I think you could use more compassion for humans.
Oh, wow.
And the ones you don't agree with, she says.
What about her?
If she is lying.
What about her making claims that she's going to go get... Oh, you know what? This snowflake. Here's what it says. The show that Anjali was on yesterday, which was Stephen Cambion's show, served as a 4-hour torment and ridicule session. Here's where these people, snowflakes, I mean, look at them. 100%. That is exactly what they look like. Yeah, it's true. It may be you. He doesn't even have his hat on straight. He's got it off to the side. He doesn't care about how he looks. Well, who does, really? But here's what he says, and I love these snowflakes. They can't ever choose a side, you know. I don't feel one way or another about her expedition. However, she's human with emotions, and she's pretty dang smart and caring. I just spit out so much. I don't know why I just decided to laugh. Look at this, look at this, look at this. UFO Twitter is 99.9% white and male. This comes from the only UFO documentary by a black woman, and I commented back. I don't need this shit. UFO Twitter is 99.9% white and male. Maybe start with that issue before trying to fix the almost total lack of respect for women, missing POC, and outright hostility towards all things not white male. It's clear this subject attracts people in various states of emotional distress. I said, and there should be 10 hearts on this, I said UFO Twitter is 85% male. Still a big difference. You know, male to female. Why bring race into this? It played no part. Unbelievable, right? That she would even say that. It's all white male, white power. So I kept saying UFO Twitter is a cesspool of liars and egos. It's those on the left, not all the time, but who think hard questions are disrespectful to women and bullying. They will never be critical thinkers, overly sensitive. That made me mad that she said that. Not because I'm a white male, because that's race baiting, man. That's such bullshit. Trying to bait us into a conversation about white and black or white and color. You know what? We're a color too. We're all different colors. It's so moronic. She's the racist for saying that. She's the racist. And I know she's been here at my show. And that is the only UFO documentary by a black woman. That's the name of the Twitter person. That's racist. Unbelievable. Also, there was a retweet. So I also said that however she's a human, Witness Citizen also says, what you can do is share this. Share that you agree. Share how you feel and let it be known through your own words otherwise. Lassie Lind said, glad I did not see that. I hate bullies. So I said, nobody bullied anybody. Look up what bullying means. The guy, Ryan, was being a jerk, totally different than being a bullying. She said she likes having challenging discussions and has a potty mouth and a temper of her own when unprovoked. It went both ways. You have 3 shows to watch. Now go. And then Brian X says, some torment and ridicule, mostly from Ryan, the person in the middle of the recent Travis Walton, Mike Rogers hoax claims. The other panelists were mostly courteous and respectful, but sadly didn't call out Ryan's behavior like many did in this chat. So I said, I called him out. I told him to let her speak because he wouldn't give her a chance to talk. I told him his evidence is the same as Anjali's. None. But that Anjali had a personal experience that only she knows was real. Where's my credit? Haha, just kidding. It went unnoticed on Twitter. It's amazing how people take something right in front of them and make it something it isn't. And that's what they do on that side of the aisle. And if you think I'm joking, read the tweets yourself. You can see they just make up shit. Why am I whispering? I can't stand it. It makes me angry. I know I'm not wrong. I know 100% Anjali wasn't bullied. Ryan was just a dick when he talked to her, right? He was just a dick. That's all. Big difference being a dick than being a bully. So it was really weird. Just recently I said I don't believe in Roswell. And then I see Roswell's popping up all over again. I don't know why, but I saw this tweet from UFO Breadit. Roswell witnesses described memory metal in 1947, while it didn't exist. The memory metal, nitinol, was invented by Battelle Memorial Institute in the early 60s. So these ranchers either were psychic or a vehicle crashed constructed by materials with exotic properties. Huh? I thought, I don't know what this is, what they say here. I didn't listen to it on purpose, but let's listen.
Unable to identify what it was, Brazel traveled 20 miles to show his nearest neighbor what he had found.
It sounds like History Channel.
Loretta Proctor is 83 and still lives on the same ranch near Corona, north of Roswell.
I can't play that. I don't want to get dinged. Anyway, we all know that Roswell it's too old. Most everybody's dead. I don't like the AI lie detector that they used on the Showtime UFO series. I don't believe in it. I just have a problem with it. I just have a problem with it. I don't think the AI is... How can it tell if you're lying? By the sound... I mean, we could tell. Right? And we're not right. But 70% of the time. So that AI that they used... When these people are talking about memory metal in 1947, and they passed the voice analysis AI truth detector, I don't know. When I was watching it, I listened to what the people said, and I would say they're lying, and then the AI would say truthful, and then another thing would come up. And they would listen to what this person said. When there were alien bodies, they had long fingers with suction cups on the end. And I'm like, she's lying. And then it came back, she's telling the truth. And I'm like, what the I was wrong. Just about every time, according to the AI lie detector. So either my skills have waned, or never were good to begin with, or the AI is bad. See, that's what I don't like. They're using the AI, and it's listening to an old interview from 30, 40 years ago. So wouldn't that type of recording give off a different type of sound than if it was digital? You know, like today's recordings are all digitized. Wouldn't it be a little different? How could the AI determine what the older sound would be like compared to the newer sounds if that's all in the data bank? I don't know how it could determine. I think the older versions would throw it off, is what I'm thinking. Oh, unless it was manipulated. And we know how that goes on TV. Here's one about Lou. So, Red Rum Joe Merja, one of the left's vocal tweeter guys, whatever. I was thinking of something. He tweets, I think when at Lou Elizondo's book comes out, there's going to be a lot of folks saying, oh shit, I didn't know that. Now it all makes sense. And no, I don't know what's in his book, he says. So Red Rum Joe is saying, Lou is going to say something that we should have known, but we never heard of it. So it's all going to make sense when Lou's book comes out. So I said, and I hashtagged Lou because I want him to read this. But again, that was 7 hours ago and not a heart, not a worry. I said, Lou should have told the public the things he held back for the book. It's no wonder people like myself don't trust a word that comes out of his mouth. He built a fan base and is selling something he should have talked about on a podcast. And then I put hashtag Lou Elizondo doesn't care about ufology. Because I'm right. Why put out a book? Why can't you just tell us things? Why do you have to hold some things back? See, now you know, right? That he's all bullshit here on out. Why, he's not allowed to write a book about his experiences? Of course he's allowed to write a book. But why hold back some things? Oh, maybe it wasn't the time. Shut up. It was the time. The time was now. Now you speak when you're on everybody's show. So now he's going to roll out a book and make tens of thousands of dollars, most likely. If anybody, now you know all of Twitter is going to buy this book. I, for one, will not buy it. I'll find it for free. Unless somebody else finds it for free, let me know. I am not donating to a liar. I am not donating to somebody who said they are not going to risk anything for disclosure because they don't have anything. Lou knows nothing. All Lou knows is what those people, whoever's running it, told him whatever it is he needs to know. Don't you think it's still compartmentalized? Lou doesn't know everything. And anything that he says will never, ever, ever be trusted until someday I see a body of work by Lou. I want to see that he worked at ATIP, but I want to see some things he signed off on. Like, if he was running ATIP, don't you think he had to sign off on some things? Maybe get a new box of pens or maybe a corkboard or something like that. Or maybe a mouse for the computer or headphones for his podcasts. Something, anything. I know they didn't do them back then, but I'm being silly. Here, Catherine Poulier says he hinted many times that these beings are not UFO aliens like TV says they are. It goes deeper than that, more theological. He's stated that the DoD leadership believes these are the demons or fallen angels in the Bible. I think this is what they are also. What? Lou. She is right, though. The DoD leadership did tell him they're demons. That was in Season 1, Episode 4, the last 5 minutes of that episode. And I thought that was the greatest thing that I've heard about UFOs in a long time. Nothing new there, Lou. Or lady. I don't know if some of you know this, but if you see a guy, this is from Brit, if you see a guy claiming to be a physicist or whatever, and that his pic of an alien is real, always look at this. It was a sculpture created by artist Linda Corriveau for the Strange World Pavilion in the Montreal Expo from 78 to 81. Stop gaslighting our community, UFO Twitter. Exactly. Oh, what is this? This is one I've never solved. I remember first seeing this back in 98 on some old Angel Fire UFO site. Anyone have any information? Yes! Oh my God. That guy thinks this is real. Mama. Remember the alien that goes, ma, mama, and it's in captivity? It's all fake. So check this out. This comes from Pew Pew 84. UFO Twitter, as another user said, this tweet is designed to incite division and fighting amongst the community. He doesn't add anything of value to the conversation anymore. And this is from Stephen Greenstreet, Middle of Mayhem. If you believe the highly trained observer, Navy voices heard in the gimbal video couldn't possibly be wrong about saying the object was rotating, then you must also believe they couldn't possibly be wrong about, this is an effing drone, bro. So check this out. Do you remember this?
Dude, this is a fucking drone, bro.
It's a drone.
Dude, this is a fucking drone, bro.
Remember? It is an effing drone, bro. A drone could look like that easily. And drones do get hot. Well, military drones would get hotter than my little drone. I don't know. Anyway. Oh my God, I'm going to throw up. I'm so sick of this already. I'm sick of the Anjali story. And I'm sick of Lou. Red Rum Joe, he's really pushing out a lot of Twitter tweeties lately. He says, tweets? He says, or you could have titled your tweet, is there more to OSAP A-Tip story than we don't know about? Is there more Lou Elizondo knows that he can't say right now or chooses not to say for various reasons? Stephen Cambion says more journalists given false information by Mr. Elizondo? You decide. I said, whatever Lou Elizondo has to say about A-Tip OSAP will be in his next book. The guy's a tool for the government, the new Doty. Anything Lou Elizondo says won't be seen as a trusted source. He's bad for ufology. Show me his body of work. You can't. Only UFO Twitter trusts him. Dun dun dun. And it goes on. The next one's good. Hey, Mr. D.B. Cooper. Another one. Those beings in the Mojave Desert are really uptight. No site change? I know. That's right. And people were saying that. Well, you know, if they could visit her with a hologram when she was younger, why don't they use the hologram technology in front of us all? Why not convince them to use that hologram technology to have a conversation with the rest of us? If they could visit her at her home, in her house, in her room, in a hologram projection, while she's lucid, why can't the rest of the world have a visit with those aliens on camera from their hologram under earth from a cave with a tunnel under the ground? I don't know why. I know. Why can't we do that again? Can't we just have it at her house? Mr. D.B. Cooper, no more Anjali talk, please. But thank you very much for the $5 super chat. I know you weren't here for all that. I think you would like the shows from last week. Did you see them? I think you did, right? It was nice. It's all over with, though. It's over for Anjali. She'll be back, though. She's going to be like a Wilcock. So, I don't understand what's with Reddit and UFO Twitter. It must be super slow for these people because the theory, this comes from Reddit r UFO, the theory that makes the most sense to me is that the Navy is not, in fact, baiting UFOs, but is using a variety of methods to find out which of its service members are naturally capable of anomalous cognition, what purportedly supports things like remote viewing in CE5. For instance, what are the ways you can trigger a person's ESP? Maybe that's what the Navy is doing. Near-death experiences when injured in the line of duty. Fake UFO events, staged at aircraft carriers. send them into space and make them look down at Earth, feed them psychedelics, teach them meditation. But only the fake UFO event or similar is going to have the desired massive effect while maintaining secrecy. Everything else is very hard to do without express consent or luck. So what that person is basically saying is, if they're going to do anything, it's going to be under, if you want to test how people act, either do a fake event, give them medication, or teach them to meditate. If they had a near-death experience in the line of duty, that's the only way. That's the only way. All right. That's how you test out if the aliens are around. So, let's take a break from this for 1 second. No, we're almost out of time. No, we're going to go a little bit longer. So there's some UFO Jesus news. People are talking about, and I think they got it from my show. Do you remember when I said a couple of weeks ago how UFO Jesus started that website or that his UFO channel, Post Disclosure World, in 2013, but didn't make a video until 2016 when To the Stars Academy went public? I think that guy is sort of like a talking head for TTSA and now Lou. A paid talking head. Maybe like a shill, like just to, how they do it. You know how during the January 6th event, that really didn't happen the way that you hear on mainstream media. And all of this stuff, the riots and all the looting, how that was started by, the letter A group and BLM people. Remember? These are the same people. That's why I don't like it. I don't want them to have that office. I want there to be a Republican in there, if not 10, to watch what they're doing. But it'll never happen. It's going to be a Democrat-run, owned, and zero transparency to the public. We will never get anything. It is such a bullshit office. And the same thing's happening here with UFO Jesus starting that website. See, it was supposed to start in 2012, probably. Maybe 2016, I don't know. But things didn't go their way when Trump won. So he had to wait. Isn't that what happened? To the Stars came out anyway in 2016 when Trump won. In December, right? I guess I'm saying it wrong. He got the channel in 2013 thinking things would have already started in 2012, but they didn't. But he got the channel anyway, so nobody else could take it, I guess. Steal the name. Then he was prepping, learning how to be whoever he is. But it doesn't make sense. And all these people are talking about it like they just discovered it, when we discovered it a while ago, that UFO Jesus might be a shill, might be a talking mouthpiece for Lou, a supporter, just to gaslight shit, to bring things in his direction, to make people, to be a supporter. That's all. Lord Ludicrous Plaid for $5 says UFO Joe doesn't like me because I said Ashley Biden's diary has gotten more attention from the FBI than the Wilson Davis. I know, I can't believe this diary now. Don't talk about it. You can't talk anything. It's not, you're not being negative. Just as a safety precaution. That's funny, LLP. I like your style. That's exactly true. Red Rum Joe is a plagiarizer. He's not very bright, although he acts like he is. It really is funny to watch that guy. He's just lost. He's lost. LLP, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Hey, Mr. DB Cooper again. UFO Jesus reminds me of a skinny Chum Lee. Oh my God! Dude! That is very good. That is great. Thank you for that. That's funny. Come on, scroll. I'll give you this one. Hasn't been used yet. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Elizondo. Hallelujah. What is this? UFO Jesus needs a hair shampoo deal. Bad. He only washes his hair once a month, I heard. Dude, do you remember the cockroach on the microphone? Where do you think that came out of? It goes all over. All right. Thank you very much. This is what it's like tonight from you. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto generoso, Mr. DB Cooper. So here it is. From the UAPTO of Toronto. Man really created his YouTube channel and didn't make a video for 5 years until TTSA and New York Times buzz. You see how people are listening to GoofOn? Don't even give me credit. Wondering if the YouTube name was always Post-Disclosure World. What does it say? Lurk, he mentioned that his channel is a byproduct of the government disclosure narrative. 4 years ago. When will we enter post-disclosure world? Yeah, we know. We know all about UFO Jesus. So I said, no, his name was Ryan at first. Then I gave him the name UFO Jesus. Recently he spoke with someone he respects who told him, if you want to be taken seriously, lose the UFO Jesus and put on a shirt and tie and go back to your name. That's what he did. Same thing with UCR, Unidentified Celebrity Review. What's this about? Oh yeah, here it is.
A YouTube channel was created in late 2013. However, I didn't create a video on it until January 6, 2017. 312 days later, I created my second video on November 14th, 2017. And I created it because of the October 11th, 2017 press conference with Luis Elizondo, Steve Justice, Jim Semivan, Hal Puthoff, and Tom DeLonge. Ever since my second video, I've been consistently creating videos on the UFO topic. I've been chin deep in this subject, and this hasn't stopped for years. In other words, I came out of the womb of the United States government. There is no UFO Jesus.
What? I came out of the womb of the United States government. Sounds like he's a shill, doesn't it?
Government. There is no UFO Jesus without the U.S. government. Absolutely none. I'm not the only one that has been partially created by the United States government. I will provide you with a few other people based on my opinion that also have.
I can't, DB.
Perhaps the United States government is some sort of a manifestation of Mother Mary of God.
Oh my Jesus. Thank you, Mr. DB Cooper. Mucho gusto, El Generoso. I wanna tell you that I love you, but I feel that I can't. I feel like I'm a rodent, but I'm really an ant. Here we go. Here we go. This is interesting, and we're gonna watch this now. Oh, check this out. Somebody tweeted about third phase of moon. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about this. Thank you, DB. I can't get it out of my mind. He does remind me of Chum Lee, a skinny chum. Skinny chum. Check this out. So Eric posted this. Narrative control agent. He's a narrative control agent and all-around asshat. Oh, Corey no good. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, what a coincidence. Because Cambion was talking about good tonight. Check this out.
People say you don't have any proof that you could corroborate the evidence that you've been talking about over these years. What do you have to say to these skeptics and these naysayers about your testimony?
Well, they're right. A deep, black, deeper than black government program is designed.
So, third phase of Moon, Blake asked Corey Good, what do you say about all the people who says you have no proof about anything you're talking about?
Black, deeper than black government program is designed to where everyone who goes in and participates, when they leave, they have no proof. They have nothing but a story, if that. Many of them are given psychotropic drugs while they're there to cause their memories to be a little wonky, and then they use blank slating technologies on them. So no one is going to come out and have a book or a manual taken from one of those programs and say, here is the proof. It's there's no way you can make it up one of the elevators or through the security checkpoints with anything. So, of course, there's going to be no proof. All there is cooperation between other people who are considered
plagiarists. Yeah. You know the thing about what he just said? It's such horseshit. It's the biggest bullshit thing you've ever heard. Because he claims he's been age regressed. And I know Cambion was talking about that tonight on Truth Seekers. So if he could be age regressed, why can't they wipe his mind clean of anything that he experiences? It's a little problem they've got in that narrative there. He's a total shithead. I'd rather listen to Wilcock than that shithead, but then when I think about Wilcock, I think he's a big shithead. He's a big forehead. I'm going to show you this video, and then I'm going to show you something else. We're going to go about 20 more minutes, so just hang tight. I got to show you this. This is what America's turning into, has turned into. I literally get sick watching this because it's disgusting on every level of disgusting. Just watch. What is she doing in the pool? What is she doing? Oh my God. Oh, no. No. She's shaving her legs, man. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. Thank you, Mr. DB Cooper 77 with, I don't know what 5, oh, 5 head instead of 4 head. Very good. What are you doing, man? You're crazy tonight, man. Thank you. You know what you are? A continuing supporter of Goof On. Mucho gusto generoso. I'll take it. Give me that. All right, now I'm going to play this for you. This is really good. This is really good. I'm going to erase a lot of stuff here while I'm talking. 3, 2, 1. I've got a sighting to play too after this. I'll play this for 5 minutes. Here's Shrat on third phase of Moon from the other day. This is really good shit. This is one of the better interviews I've ever seen. Shrat is getting good with the camera now.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here We're here with Michael Schratt in Los Angeles. We met with him for a few hours today, and he broke down some incredible information. And we're going to share it with you right here at Third Phase of Moon. If you're into historical evidence, well, Michael Schratt has the information, and we're excited that we're bringing it to you. So buckle up, everybody. Enjoy this interview.
Tell me the significance of the Blue Room at Wright-Patterson.
Okay, so when we talk about UFO crash retrievals, there's two things to keep in mind. Number one, you're not going to read about it in your local newspaper because UFO crash retrievals represent the crown jewels of the government, and they're just not going to give away the crown jewels because you're talking about the bodies, the craft, the debris, the autopsy reports, the autopsy photographs, the 8x10 glossy black and white. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, it definitely appears that all roads lead to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. We'll talk about the Blue Room, in a minute here, but that is the alleged location of where the bodies and the debris really started funneling in, vintage 1947 time frame, so we can get into it.
So these, the Blue Room, specifically what crash and retrieval, where did these bodies come from in the craft? Was it the 1947 crash?
Well, it's alleged that the Roswell crash, July 2nd, 1947, went there, and then again we have the Kingman 1953 crash. There's some evidence to indicate that the 48 Aztec craft was sent to Los Alamos, but then perhaps was later moved to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base because they have the Aeromedical Lab there. They have the Foreign Technology Division there. So again, all roads appear to lead to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
So tell me the significance of this paperwork
Sure.
right here that you brought.
Sure. Barry Goldwater was definitely a very big UFO proponent. He had a large collection himself. These were procured from the ASU Historical Archives Department. I've got basically all of the Barry Goldwater documents here. We won't read them all, but just to go over a really quick one here.
To clarify, that's the original document,
right? These are copies of the original document from the ASU library, correct, from the archives. Okay, so this is dated October 19th, 1981. This is Barry Goldwater here, and it says, "First, let me tell you that I have long ago given up acquiring access to the so-called Blue Room at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, as I have had long string of denials from chief after chief, so I have given up. In answer to your question, one is essentially correct. I don't know of anyone who has access to the Blue Room, nor am I aware of its contents, and I am not aware of anything having been relocated. I can't answer your question 6. In fact, I can't find anyone who would answer it. To tell you the truth, this thing has gotten so highly classified, even though I will admit there is a lot of it that has been released. It is just impossible to get anything on it." So if there's nothing to UFOs, then why can't we get access to the Blue Room? Why can't we get access to that information? All of the documents, all of the blueprints, all of the 8x10 glossy white photographs, all the motion picture film reels. So we keep on hearing these alleged repositories for UFO crash retrieval in bodies. So we've got Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, we've got Langley Air Force Base, we've got Homestead Air Force Base, we've got MacDill Air Force Base, Tampa, Florida. So it appears is that they don't keep this information tied up in just exactly one location, but there are multiple repositories. Well, the next case comes from my good friend Mark McCandlish. He's no longer with us, but his legacy will continue on. There's no doubt that Mark was the premier aerospace illustrator of the world. There really is no one better than Mark McCandlish. So the next case comes from him. He was at an air show, this is 15, 20 years ago, and there was a B-24 Liberator there. There was a pilot there that was a B-52 pilot in 1966 during Vietnam, and he relayed this story to Mark, and then Mark told it to me. This is for an Orange County MUFON presentation that Mark had done. So the story being 1966, it's over Guam, it's about 1:30 in the morning, so there's no sunlight, it's completely dark out, and this B-52 pilot and co-pilot see this light approaching the aircraft, gets closer and closer, it gets larger and larger, and it turns out that it is a very large, you could call it a mothership, you mentioned city in the sky, between conservatively a quarter mile to a half mile in diameter. Mark did a sketch right next to me for his little lecture. This is what the craft actually looked like, so keep in mind we're talking a quarter to a half mile in diameter here. And you can see on the outer rim of this craft, there are these slats that, according to Mark, look like bypass doors that you would see at O'Hare Airport, where a 737 would go in for maintenance. You have these bypass doors. That's kind of what these things look like as a side view.
So you're saying that's the B-1 bomber?
This is a B. Yeah, that's a B-52 right there. And they did about 2 orbits around this craft itself. He also mentioned that on the upper dome of the craft that you can see here, there were 27 transparent levels that they could see. They actually counted 27 levels. And as these bypass doors started rotating faster and faster, eventually what happened is very interesting. This craft, according to the B-52 pilot, took off like a spark on a grinding wheel and then opened up some type of portal where they could see blue sky and clouds. They went into that portal, and then that portal trickled back to a completely black sky again. And that's what we have here in the next illustration that Mark had done. Here's the B-52 on the right lower part here, and then the craft opening up some type of portal. These are the clouds, and this whole area here would all be blue sky.
So it's at nighttime.
It's at nighttime.
Rips through, another plane, another dimension.
Correct.
You can see the other side of blue sky and white clouds.
They could clearly see blue sky and white clouds. This is 1966, yep.
There's theories that these UFOs maybe are not extraterrestrial at all. They're just interdimensional, and they live right around us at all times.
This could be one application for that, correct. Mm-hmm.
And this is coming from military eyewitness, not like just, this is our own people, our own military stating this.
These are our own Air Force B-52 pilots making these statements, and we should really take heed because, they're putting their lives at stake and they're protecting all of us, right? The national security of the United States depends on how well they do their job because they're carrying nuclear weapons on board. So if we can't trust the statements from our own Air Force pilots, who can we trust?
Incredibly, in the middle of our interview with Michael Schratt, we were interrupted by a military helicopter that was hovering over our home in Los Angeles. What was the significance? We're not exactly sure. It seemed that they're curious at what we're doing. Shortly after they left, we conducted our interview again.
That's interesting. I'm sure, being right underneath the Hollywood sign, maybe somebody needed help off the mountain or something. But it is an interesting coincidence. I mean, that wasn't a live broadcast, so it's not like they were live streaming. That was recorded and then posted later on. So, probably just a coincidence, but still kind of cool. That was a military helicopter for sure. Thanks, Mr. D.B. Cooper. Mucho gusto, generoso. Yeah, I know. I don't know how much he put in, but it's a lot of cash. I didn't see any more PayPals, but thank you for those too. World in Chaos and Nathan, thank you. Appreciate that. And I want to check something here for you guys. Hey, who changed that background? Let me check on something here. Gotta check. Where is everybody? Here we go. Nope, everything's good. I got everybody there. What else do we got? What is this? Oh, all right. Wow, I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's irrelevant. Oh, yeah. You know how there's the video of the GoFast or the Tic Tac or whatever, and there's supposed to be 23-minute video, a continuance of that, right, in HD. It says, yep, from Dr. Disclosure, the 23-minute HD video that Lou spoke about is real. Oh, wait, what happened? It says oh, something happened. I don't see the tweet anymore. It says you're unable to view this tweet because this account owner limits who can view their tweets. Huh. Oh, that is weird. All right, I thought I would be able to look that over. I guess I can't. I'll check into that. But apparently, Lou did say in a tweet that, and I thought he said that earlier on in the year or last year, but he did say there definitely is a 23-minute video in high definition that... Have you seen this video? I cannot confirm it or deny it. My NDA will not allow me to say it. And NDA, my NDA. Screw you, Lou. All right, now to make you laugh and make you laugh a little bit today, we're gonna play this. I don't know if I've played this before, but there's a few F-bombs in this, but it's okay. Because it's not about anything but fun. Hey, Mr. DB Cooper says, we have critical thinkers in our chat. Big shout out to Coralan and B. Baker. Our mods rock. We do have more mods than that. You know? We do. I know Third Phase is, Dark Hour Paranormal is, I think Hellfire Studio is, is it Aussie Tiger, Hidden Rock Phase, Third Fam? Alright, check this out.
Who's this over here? You are next to the car return. And he
look at this. The corral. Look, I'm sorry. This is the world I don't want to live in. Where this guy even leaves his trash in one of these carts. And he doesn't put it away. The corral is right there. Watch this. See, when people... When they're caught doing something so trivial, so stupid as not putting their cart away, and they get so mad because they got caught not doing something they should have. It just shows you what kind of America we're living in now. It is definitely... I have no words. Just watch.
He's got some ice, and the ice bag, of course, that because he's got a cooler in the back there. He lifts his ice bag out. He left his Tupperware out. Four-corner spot split. Come on. Come on. Oh, I got the finger. I don't know if you can see that with the glove. Come on, buddy. I can't hear you. Through the window.
Who the fuck are you, the parking lot police?
No, what does it say on my chest? Cart knocks. Yeah, I'm Agent Vinny Carterini with the cart knocks.
Well, you're a narc? Okay, well, I'm not doing any drugs, so fuck off.
Well, it's slang, sir. Giving that to you up there. Oh, the middle finger. Well, so you want to give him a hood back there? He's backing out. You might hit your cart, sir. Go right up there. There you go. Enjoy that. How you doing? Yeah. I don't think you can see the flag. Thank you.
Putting on my car.
That's a big flag that says I don't return my shopping cart like a jerk, because you didn't. You left it blocking the spot here. And you are right next to the car return. Oh, that's not nice. Would you take your car?
It's not nice. You touch my car, I'm gonna fucking touch your fucking face.
With your lips? Are you gonna give me a kiss? What are you doing? Look, sir, you're old. You're an old man. You don't need to be making threats.
I'm an old man?
Look at yourself. I'm not, no offense or nothing, but I'm very young. I'm spry. I'm fast. You blocking spots.
Yeah, you're gonna run away from me, aren't you?
I'm not gonna.
Hey, look at his arm here. Something happened. Looks like the claw.
Fight you over a card? That's ridiculous. What kind of immature jerk does that? Thank you for taking the card back. Appreciate that.
You to do it?
Sir, it's not my cart. This is personal responsibility for you, not for me. This is my job to knock out and bust people like yourself and help you be a better person.
You work for them?
What does it matter?
Do you work for them?
What does that matter? Sir, see that? Look how fast I am.
Obviously you don't, so go fuck yourself.
This is my job to be a cart knock, so you haven't taken your cart back yet.
Your job to be a cart knock?
Yeah, I'm trying to help people from
Go back to fucking Boston, asshole. 'Cause that's obviously where you're from.
Sir, I'm from the borough. Thank you very much. Queens.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, I got another flag for you right here. You get, sir, I'll
put it on my cart.
Well, I won't have to if you take your cart back.
Put it on my car.
Would you like it?
Yeah.
You didn't like it a minute ago. You threw it away.
And I will again.
Oh, well then, why don't you just take your cart back? Why don't you just let your ego aside over here?
My ego?
Yeah, because you're
the one being the asshole.
So I'm asking.
Started off.
I started off by asking you politely, and you gave me the finger. You started by.
Never.
Oh, what did I do?
No, what were you doing while I'm sitting in my car?
I pointed to the cart, said, "Hey, is this your cart?" And you gave me the finger. Did you not?
No, I hear you.
Yeah, ask you nicely. I'm saying, please return your car. Okay, here comes the flag. So,
touch my car.
First off,
and I'm gonna kick your fucking nuts down your fucking throat.
Sir, no, you're not. You're very old. But look, and secondly,
very old. How? Then why are you going away?
Because I'm not gonna fight you over a car.
Then don't you put that on my fucking car.
I won't have to if you just do what
you. Do you work for Stop and Shop?
What does it matter?
It matters very much, because if you don't belong in this parking lot.
What if I patrol the whole parking lot for everybody? There's a lot of different shops in here. More than just the grocery store, sir.
Well,
they lease
grocery stores, the only one with the shopping carts.
Yeah. Okay, and those so those carts, they take them to other places, they hit people's cars. Do you want to be the kind of person, you're worried about your car? What about that roll and hit somebody else's car? Why are you being so selfish?
Is it rolling?
Not this moment, but did we not have a lot of wind recently? A lot of rain?
You put that on my car,
then
do not fucking put that thing on my
First off, sir, no offense, your car's not that's nothing special.
I don't give a fuck.
I do, because I'm here looking out for everybody's car. What are you doing, sir? You seem to be very...
to fucking beat the living fuck out of you. That's what I'm fucking doing.
Sir, that's assault right there. That's assault. You're threatening.
I don't get... And you're vandalizing my car by
What's the
throwing
damage?
that on
What's
there.
the damage? It's only to your ego. That's the only damage.
Ooh! And the damage is going to be to your fucking face in a minute.
Sir, I'm highly trained in Cart McGaw. Let me help you out here. Yes, sir. That's true. I am. Can you please take your cart back, sir?
No.
Why not? Because I asked you?
Because you never asked me nicely.
I did too, and you flipped me off. I sat out there.
I hear you babbling.
You heard me asking nicely, and you flipped me off twice.
I'm gonna drive away what you think.
Well, that's not very. Then the people are gonna know what a jerk you are. You want the bumper magnet, or you want the flag?
Put them both.
Well, you have the bumper magnet up front already, don't you? Or you throw that away. Oh, there it is. See it there? Same thing. I'll put it on the back so everybody can see. Okay. So that way the people.
And then I'm gonna turn around and run your ass the fuck over.
No, you won't, sir. You're a bunch of talk here. I know your type. You're a big tough guy. Just don't be a juvenile here, dude. Just return your car.
You're being the juvenile.
I'm being responsible. I'm saying, hey, we don't need to be litter bugs and trash. By the way, you littered in the car too with the ice bag and the. Oh yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, see? All right, Nick's a tough guy. He's gonna beat me up over here. He's gonna run me over here. And all I'm doing, I'm knocking over here.
It amazes me how childish. He did ask very nicely. He's like, hey, why'd you put your cart over there? Can you please put it in the cart corral? And the guy says, if you would have asked nicely. He did ask nicely. So because he thinks he didn't ask nicely, he doesn't have to put it away. Unbelievable, entitled older man. He's got to be around my age. Something happened to him. I think he was victimized like Freddy Krueger or something. So I want to let you know what's going on with the studio. Let me pull up the video. I got to show you something. I hope it transferred over. If it didn't, I'm going to be angry because I want to show you what problem I'm having. Let me pull it up. Come on, please be there. Be there, be there, be there. It's not. No, my video didn't transfer over. Well, I can't show you now, so you'll have to wait till tomorrow. It takes a whole day for this. It should go right through. I don't know why it's not. But I got my tiles that I have half the place filled with and the other half not. And today, they always come shrink wrapped. And I got another stack that they were so shrink wrapped and probably stuck in somewhere for 2-3 years, it looks like, that they're not undoing themselves. They're not going into their normal size that they're supposed to be. So they send them to you shrink wrapped. I got 12 more tiles that I needed. And when you take them out of the plastic, you could, they tell you to unshrink them, to put them underwater if you want to do it that way, or let them sit for 24 to 72 hours and they'll naturally enlarge back to their natural size. But they don't, and I made a video showing it, and it didn't transfer. So that means tomorrow the studio may or may not be finished, but I did say it might be Wednesday. Now, I did finish the new intro, so that's ready to go with the new song, which I love dearly. It's perfect. You'll see. You'll hear. And I want to play a little bit for you, but I can't. I just can't. Can I? I'll show you a piece of it. Here's a piece of it. Look. There's a piece of it. Oh, no. Who's that guy? You're wondering. Yeah. You want to hear a little? Want to hear a little? Here we go. And that's that. That's all you get. It's going to be a 1-minute intro. That was 18 seconds, 19. But it gets going after that. I like it. I like that jazziness. It's easy to remember. Everybody knows that's the Goof On song. And every now and then, I'll throw in something else, you know. But that's going to be the main song from here on out. I mean, for real, forever. That will be the main song, unless there's a special. Then we may have a special song for that. Hey, but I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Mr. DB Cooper, you are absolutely insane. Welcome back to the United States, California. Thank you, moderators and super chatters. Phenomenal night, everybody. Thank you. I can't believe it. It's just phenomenal. This show stands on its feet because of that, and because of the help from the moderators making the chat room as great as it is, because there's no better chat room that I know of. It's phenomenal. We got the greatest listeners, the greatest subscribers on the planet. And they're all phenomenal. They're all real. No store-bought. I'm so proud to say that. I want to thank the newcomers and the veterans too. Newcomers coming over, even if you're a veteran, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Give the show a thumbs up if you liked it. If not, hey, do what you got to do. Leave a comment too. We need 50 comments and 200 thumbs up. Have you noticed all the comments lately? A lot. So I appreciate that. You guys are really helping Goof On grow. And we'll be back tomorrow night. 9 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Right here on the YouTubes. I'm Rich Giordano, where Goof On is truthology for ufology. Good night, everybody.